Hi everybody and welcome. We are getting started on the next round in home refresh, and we are now in the front room, which is actually right across from the dining room. So the previous home refresh was the dining room, so I wanted to make sure to tie these two rooms together and try to make it to where when you walk in, it's like a continuous type of movement because they are right across from each other. So I've been able to do that because of buying the same curtains and some of the other things, but I wanted to bring in some other elements that would kind of, make them feel cohesive basically. So I wanted to make sure that I got lighter furniture and had like furniture covers, and then also have the darker wood tones. I still have the white bookcases, so that hasn't changed. But I also wanted to refresh the room because I was kind of tired of it. I wanted to move things around. I wanted to bring two chairs back into the room to make it more of a conversational area, because it is like a formal front room, and it's, I want to make it presentable for if people come by, it's nice and neat. And of course it's never going to be nice and neat because I have cats that ruin everything and I have cat hair everywhere, but that's what I get for owning a couple cats. But I also wanted to bring in some other things that have been just sitting around the house and bring them in here, because one of them is sitting right above me. It's this big monstrosity up there that took me forever to hang up, but I wanted to bring that type of stuff in here and also some other things as well, but still keep it kind of formal but still comfortable, like a comfortable formal, if there's even such a thing like that. And I'm not quite sure what my design style is, but I wanted to make sure that the room made me happy as well. Let's go through the journey of the starting prep work and go through the whole process of me cleaning. So we're getting started on tearing this joint tape off of the wall where there is a crack that my mom, throughout the 40 something years that she owned this house, has been trying to fix. It's just one of those things that it's an ongoing task. And when I went to actually patch this up, I didn't do the best job at it, because I think what we're going to do is that we are going to go ahead and put another piece of wood up there, kind of like how it is on the other side of the bar. And that way we don't ever have to worry about a crack showing up there, because it obviously has been cracked for 40 years since the house was built pretty much. So it's like, instead of trying to continuously repair the drywall and do all of this, let's just go ahead and put a piece of wood up there. The only problem I have with that is that this stain is no longer available, so it is going to be a difficult time trying to match the stain, but we will try our best to get it matched. The worst case is I'll just paint it white or paint it the wall color and let it just kind of meld in, but that's the worst case. But yes, so I am working on that, and then we will move on to decluttering the books. So between the time that I tore off that tape to decluttering the books, it was a couple months. And the thing that stopped me on continuing with this room was that I had no idea how I wanted to arrange the furniture. It wasn't until about a month ago from when you're seeing this video that I kind of was like, oh, I think I want to arrange the furniture this way. And so it's like I took inventory around my house to see what furniture I had around my house, and I then was like, okay, this is how we're going to arrange the furniture. I knew I wanted to keep the piano, the sofa, the bookcases, the curtains, and the coffee table, but I wasn't sure about the armchair. I knew I wanted to have armchairs, but I really wanted to have two armchairs and not just one. So I eventually did move things around, but of course, to do all of that, I have to declutter books because I have a lot of books, and I wanted to make sure that I had books that only fit on 8 shelves out of 2 of the bookcases. The third bookcase would be moving into my office, so I am pulling out books that, one, they would go into my office, so they were freelance books, self-help books, those type of things. And then the other books that are closer to you on the coffee table are ones that I am actually donating. So you'll see on the 4th round, I'm actually pulling out books that will go into the donation. And like I said, I'm trying to get it to where the books are only on 4 shelves, and you can kind of see that I have an extra row of books up there. So I'm trying to get those books merged into the ones below. And then we'll move the bookcases out and start working on the continuous prep work on the walls and painting the walls. Here are the stacks that I will be donating after 4 rounds of decluttering through the books. So I think I did a fairly good job.
Keep thinking that I could have done something, but now I'm left with an empty heart. No making amends, no waking up beside you and holding you till we forget it all. How could I know there was no second chances? Like dominoes, my life got really scattered. You couldn't keep the door shut, and now the frostbite's creeping in. 'Cause I've been stone cold since you left me here. So come home, why won't you reappear? Things that I said came out totally wrong. Can't speak of the truth when it's tainted. I fell into a big black hole. It got me stone cold. Wizard of Oz can undo what I've done. Completely out of luck this time. I'm stuck in reverse. I gotta get away now, but I can't seem to take the lead. Oh baby, how could I know there was no second chances? Like dominoes, my life got really scattered. Still, I find myself hoping that you'll find.
And now we're getting started on the official prep work of the walls, and I'm using this joint compound to, one, patch up the holes that are in the wall from where I had screws and nails. And I do use this just because it's easier than using spackle in my opinion, and I like the coverage better than spackle. I'm also using it because on this corner I had some of the previous compound actually like crack off, and you can see the metal piece underneath, and of course I'm picking at some because it was loose from the metal piece, and so I'm using that so that way I can cover up, and for me it's easier coverage because it's more liquidy. It's not complete liquid, but it is like more liquid than spackle. And I'm also using it over on the crack over here by the wet bar, and that's mainly because it's a huge crack, and like I said previously, I didn't do the best job. I did try to make it as smooth as possible, but it's very difficult because it's not going to be smooth, and that's where I think after doing all of this I made the decision that eventually I'm going to take off the little decorative trim piece on that piece of wood and then put another piece of wood up against it, and then kind of cover up the crack that way, because it just keeps appearing after we fix everything. So that's where my mom and I just came to the decision that that's what we want to do right there eventually. But now I'm going and using my e-cloth mop to go ahead and wipe the walls down before I paint, and then I will move all the furniture out of the room. Well, first I'm going to use this caulk and go around the doors, the windows, and I even go up along the baseboards and in the corners, so the corner where the ceiling meets the walls and where the two walls meet in the corners of the room. And I'm doing that because we had the house leveled, the foundation leveled, and there are just cracks all over, and you know, some of the stuff is just separated. So I'm using the caulk to kind of like seal everything in, and then I made it difficult on myself because I didn't take the curtains down because I just didn't want to take them down to just do this, because the next day I was going to start painting. And now we're going to go ahead and start painting, and I am painting the ceiling and the walls. I eventually do 2 coats on both of them, and it's amazing how a coat of paint on your ceiling, even though it's a white ceiling and you're putting white paint up there, how it brightens the room so much more. And I mean, mine is not, it's just a can of white flat paint. It's not super white, it's just regular white flat paint, and put it up there, and it made the room so much brighter just by doing that. And then on the walls, I'm using the same color that I've been using in the rest of the house, which is Shell White by Sharon Williams. And it's a beige, but it's very, very, very pale beige that almost looks white when it's on camera. But trust me, there is a very small hint of beige in there. But it does brighten the whole room, and that color actually is making all the wood pieces that I have around the house, like the front door and the built-in bar and the feature wall in the TV room. It makes all of that, the wood tones, stand out so much more. And I was at the point where I was so tired of all the wood tones in the house, but it's as I changed the paint color, I'm like, you know, I kind of like the wood tones with the paint color. So it's amazing how that little change can make everything look so much better. And it does make the front door and the back door stand out a lot more. And also, like I said, the wood over by the bar. So we're going to go ahead and continue painting. Once we finish painting, I am going to pull out my carpet cleaner and, first vacuum cleaner, and do a slow vacuum, which actually I was surprised there wasn't much that came out of the carpet when I did the slow vacuum. And then I'll pull out the carpet cleaner and clean the carpet, and the carpet really wasn't that bad once I was done with it. So this room is not used very often, so that's, I think, why the carpets were not as bad as I thought they were going to be. But that's where we are at in there. And I'm trying to think, the slow vacuum, it's when I get to that footage, I think I sped that up 2,000%, so it's like 20 times speed. So it looks like I'm vacuuming like normal, but it was super sped up. So that tells you what a slow vacuum is. It's, you just vacuum really, really, really slow, and it's supposed to help collect all the stuff that's just stuck in the fibers of the carpet and in the stuff. And I will be so happy when I can actually get rid of the carpet at some point, because carpet, it doesn't go well with me and all the cats. So, but like I said, continue painting, and then we'll go on to the vacuuming and carpet cleaning. And like that message said, this is a real life moment that as you are going through and doing things to different rooms in your house, the rest of your house does become a complete disaster. You kind of have to live with it for the time frame, but it does push you to try to get at least for me, to get the room done as quickly as possible. So, because I can't live in a mess. I can't have furniture all over the place. It stresses me out. But we are moving on. It is the next day after I painted and cleaned the carpets. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the sofa and the 2 chairs. I'm pulling off the covers, the cushion covers, so that way I can throw them in the washer and wash them. And then I'm also going to be vacuuming all of this, the sofa and the chairs. And when I finish vacuuming, I'll show you the canister. And when I started vacuuming, that canister was empty. And I just vacuumed the sofa and 2 chairs. I need to vacuum a little more often. You can see I'm a little like overwhelmed with that. But now I'm pulling out my little spot bot cleaner and I am deep cleaning the chairs and the couch. And I didn't do the best job at using this, partly because this hose the hose was not sucking up the water as much as I would like it to, and it never really has sucked up a lot of the water ever since I got this, but I did get it because I have cats and they like to throw up and do all types of things. So having a little spot bot, I can just kind of like set it down, it does its stuff, and then move on. I would have used my big carpet cleaner, but the hose on the carpet cleaner was not working. I have since ordered a new hose for the carpet cleaner for the big carpet cleaner. So the next time I go to do these to clean the furniture, I will use that hose and that machine. And now I'm moving the piano back in, and behind the piano was dusty and dirty. So I am vacuuming up what little dust I can get, and then just used a wet paper towel and cleaned up the dust that was back there, and the towel was black. And you can tell I'm struggling, real life struggling. Moving pianos is not easy, especially when they're heavy like this. So I am putting on these black out curtains behind my curtains. The front curtains are kind of see-through, and since this is the front of the house, it's on a busy street, I wanted to go ahead and add in an additional layer, which I've had the additional layer for a year or 2 now up there, and I like that it adds a little more volume to the curtains as well. And it also helps with the blackout curtains. I have single paned windows, so you definitely can feel the heat coming through when the sun, in the summertime, when the sun is hitting the windows, you can feel the heat coming through there. So being able to shut the curtains when it's the hotter times during the year, during the daytime, which I don't like doing because I like having light, but it allows for, my AC not to be running all the time. But now I'm going ahead and placing the furniture and trying to get things where I want it. I was trying to decide if I wanted to pull the couch away from the wall or keep it by the wall. And, it's just furniture alignment, and, things just never look the way you want it to look. When you see me going off screen, I'm kind of like standing back in the dining room to see if I want it centered or closer to the sofa, so that's what I was doing. And you can see it's just, I'm trying to figure out the best placement of everything. And then I will come in here shortly and I will bring in this framed rug. And I had this framed a couple years ago at Michael's, and it was an expensive cost because it was a custom framing. But the rug is a family heirloom. It was in the front entryway of my great-great-grandmother or my great-great-great-grandmother's house. And it's probably like 1830s to 1860s, thereabouts. And so I wanted to protect it and preserve it, so that is what I'm doing. And I'm starting out with this whole trying to find studs, and because this is a heavy piece of artwork, and I basically just cut out all of the scenes of me hanging this because the camera cut off at one point, and I just didn't go back and turn the camera on because I was just so mad at hanging that. I put holes in the wall and it ended up being too short, even though I measured about 15 times and checked everything. It was awful. So at the end I finally was like, okay, let me go get some tape, put the painter's tape back there and centered the painter's tape over the piano and did all of that. And then I was finally able to get the holes in the right spot and get the picture hung. So it is hung up there, and I like the height of it, and it just looks right up there now. It looks like where it's supposed to be. But now I'm putting on the cushion covers, and I'm going to come over and put the new sofa and chair covers on. I'm not a huge fan of these covers, but I do like the fact that they are, I think the color is cream is what the name of them. But this sofa cover, it's not the best. I ordered a tea cushion cover, but what I got was a rectangle cushion cover. So the arms do not sit quite right on this, and you'll see it right there where it's, it's not quite right. And I just don't know if I like it. I could send it back to the company and everything, but my cats had already been all over it. So I was like, I'm not going to send it back with cat hair because, yeah. But I also got the same chair covers to go on to the chairs. And I don't quite like how they sit on the chairs either. But, it is what it is. I really want to, hide the purple chair because the purple doesn't go with anything in my house anymore. And the sofa and the blue chair really didn't need anything. But the blue chair did have some seams were splitting and things like that. So I wanted to protect it from the cats because the cats were the ones that kind of destroyed the blue chair. So that's partly why I went with chair covers. So it's, I'm going to live with them for a week or a month or two and see if I like eventually like the chair covers. But, for now they're, I like them, but I don't like them. I like the fact that they're the same color and they look right and everything, but the fact I don't like how they sit on the furniture. That's what I don't like. But now I bought new pillows, and I also bought new pillow covers to go with everything. And here is a tour of what the room looks like now. I will have the items that I purchased specifically for this room linked in the description box down below. The pillow covers I got from Amazon, and that one that I said it is so soft. I'm gonna have to order some more because literally so soft and so comfortable. It's definitely one that you would want on pillows that you would lay on. For me, I lay on pillows to watch TV. Those are ones that are definitely ones that you would want. And I'm showing the coffee table. The coffee table is from IKEA ages ago. The line is no longer, it's a discontinued line. And then the white tray is from Michael's. And then the little wooden thing on top was a container that my grandmother got in Haiti. And I like it because I remember her trying to haggle in the marketplace on it, or attempting to haggle, and she wasn't a very good haggler. She just wanted to pay the price, and the merchant wanted to haggle with her. But I'm also showing the decorations on the piano. We'll move up so you can get a closer look at the rug up above. And I do put the piano music away so that the cats do not eat it. I want to keep the piano music because it is music that my grandfather actually played. And so I do keep all the piano music and the bench below. And here are my bookcases. They are not decorated, and I am still trying to figure out how I want to decorate them, how I want to arrange the books. So if anybody has any ideas or can tell me how I should arrange the books, should I continue with the Roy B. Jive? Should I do alphabetical by author, by genres? I need help. I want it to look visually appealing. That's what I want. I want it to look visually appealing. And the little side table is from the same line as the coffee table. It's also from IKEA. And I was showing the arms to the chairs. You can kind of see the little tags in the arms of the chair from the cover, and that's where I'm kind of the covers are a little thin, but it is what it is. I'm gonna live, like I said, I'm gonna live with them for a while, and I will let you know in one of my cleaning videos how I like them. But here's a before shot, and then we will move on to the after shot. Okay, we are here at the end, and I am very happy with how the room turned out. I hope that you have enjoyed the whole process. I, of course, wanted to smash this all into one video, so I did not include everything that happened. I hope you stuck around to the end to see what the transformation looks like, because it is a different room now. Even though it has pretty much the same furniture that it has, it is a completely different room, and I am very happy about that. If anybody has any ideas on how I should arrange these bookcases, I would like them to be visually appealing, because I am a visual person, so I like to have things make sense visually, and where it doesn't look like clutter. And sometimes, you know, I really don't want to alphabetize the books, because the colors will be all different, and it's that's visual chaos basically. So please let me know if you guys have any idea on how to do the bookcases, because I need help. I admit it, I need help. But as far as the other decorating and decor and everything, I'll put that up eventually. Right now, I just wanted to get the room done, and because I was tired of having the house completely torn apart with things just everywhere, and apologizing to people as they stepped in my front door. It's like, I'm sorry, the house looks like a mess. I'm sorry, the house looks like a mess. But we're here. Like I said, I hope everybody enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. If you are not subscribed already, please subscribe and hit that notification bell, so that way you are notified every single time I post a video. I post cleaning videos on Mondays, and I am posting a room refresh, house refresh, budgeting videos, all types of other videos on Fridays. I will check back with you guys on another room refresh. The next room should be the hallway, which is not much that I can do in there except for paint and hang up some other pictures. But you know, it's a room refresh. I'll share it. It's a little room, but I'll share it with you guys. Anyways, thank you everybody for watching, and I'm very grateful if you did make it through this video, and I will check back with you guys next time. Bye everybody.